मुकुन्द महती कुलशीलरूपा विद्यावयोत्र विनधामभिरामतुल्यम्
कात्वा मुकुन्द महती कुलशीलरूपा विद्यावयोत्रविरामतुल्यम्
धीरापतिं कुलवती न वृणीत कन्या काले नृसिंह नरलोकमनोभिरामम्
धीरापतिं कुलवती काले सिंहनरलोकमनोभिरामम्
तन्मे भवान् खलु वृता पतिरङ्गजायाम् आत्मार्पितश्च भवतोऽत्र विभो विदेहि
तन्मे भवान् खलु पिता पतिरङ्गजाय आत्मार्पितश्च भवतोऽत्र विभो विदेहि
मा वीरभागिमपि मर्मतु चैद्य आरात् गोमायुन्मृगपते बलिमम्बुजाक्षा
मा वीरभागमर्षतु चैद्यारात् गोमायुर्मृगपते
उत्तिष्ठदत्तनियमा व्रतदेव विप्र गुर्वर्चनादिबिरलं भगवान् परेशः
ऊर्ध्वेष्टदत्तनियमव्रतदेव विप्रा गुर्वर्चनादिबिरलं भगवान् परेशः
आराधितो यदि गदाग्रजयेत्यपाणिं गृह्णातु मेनधमघोषसुतादयोन्ये
आराधितो व्रजयेत्यपाणिं गृह्णातु मेनदमघोषसुतादयोन्ये
स्वभाविनी त्वमजितोद्वहने विदर्भान् गुप्तः समेत्य पृतनापतिभिः परीतः
भाविनी त्वमजितोद्वहने विदर्भान् गुप्तः समेत्य परीतः
निर्मथ्य caidya-magadhendra-balaṁ prasahya मां राक्षसेन vidhinodvaha vīrya-śulkām
निर्मथ्य
caidya-magadhendra-balaṁ prasahya मां राक्षसेन vidhinodvaha vīrya-śulkām
अन्तःपुरान्तरचरीमनिहत्य बन्धून् त्वामुद्वहे कदमिति प्रवदाम्युपायम् पूर्वेद्युरस्ति महती कुलदेवयात्रा यस्यां बहिर्नववधूर्गिरिजामुपेयात्
पूर्वे महती कुलदेवयात्रा
यस्याङ्घ्रिपङ्कजरजस्वपनं महान्तो वाञ्छान्तुमापतिरिवात्मतमोपहत्यै
वाञ्छन्तु मा पतिरिवात्मा
यर्हाम्बुजाक्षनलभये भवत्प्रसादं जह्यामसून्व्रतकृशान् शतजन्मभिः स्यात्
Yarhyam Prasadam
प्रसादं जह्यामो
Shashyaso
जन्मदिः
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
वासुदेवाय।
Okay, very good. So yesterday we discussed about Karavalambam and Padavalambam. So what do these pictures tell here? There are 4 pictures. What does the first picture tell us?
He's pulling from ocean like Bhavasagara.
Yeah. So what is that
Karavalam.
word for Karavalambam? Yeah. And then the second picture on the right side?
Seems like Panigrahana.
Yeah, Krishna will never leave our hand. Right? The description is right there. Even if we don't, look for Krishna, Krishna is always with us. As Paramatma, he is always with us. Wherever we go, whichever life, whichever species we take birth in, whatever we do, whether we do bhakti or don't do bhakti, Krishna is always there with us. Krishna will never leave our hand. But we don't feel that connection. Krishna is always there. Now, right now, Paramatma is sitting in the heart region. But how many of us realize that? How many of us can connect to Paramatma? How many of us can feel the presence of Paramatma? But Krishna is always there. He's always holding our hand. And the third picture?
Padavalambam.
Padavalambam. So devotees taking shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. And the fourth one?
So Krishna reciprocating for Padavalambam. He's like consoling.
Yeah, very good. So the devotee is doing Padavalambam and Krishna is giving Karavalambam. Devotees are taking shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna and Krishna is giving support of his hand. He is blessing the devotees and he is giving a hand to uplift the devotees from this material world and take them back to Godhead, back to spiritual world. So, okay. So when it comes to Hare Krishna, Shruti, thank you for joining. Hare Krishna. Um, so are you still working as a doctor?
Prabhuji, I just moved from India. I'm giving my exams. So
Okay.
it's almost on middle of the way. I'm doing it.
Okay.
Halfway through.
Okay.
Still a long journey.
Yeah, I know it's very difficult to start your career as a doctor here.
Yeah, right now just preparing exams and giving them.
So what's your specialization?
I am into dental.
Dental. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Okay. So every day we are hearing Krishna Katha, right? 8:30 every day, Monday to Friday we are hearing, and Saturday, Sunday also we are hearing something. So this process of hearing Krishna Katha should be done very attentively, and we should meditate on whatever we are hearing. And while we are hearing, when we are meditating on what we hear, we should get some feelings for Krishna. Technically speaking, Krishna Katha is so powerful and potent that when we hear Krishna Katha, we should get goosebumps. We should get goosebumps, and then we should cry. But right now, how many of us are getting goosebumps? How many of us are getting tears? But don't worry, even if you are not getting goosebumps or not getting tears, don't worry. We still continue hearing. Even though we don't get goosebumps, we don't get tears, what we can do is we can aspire, we can desire to get goosebumps, and we can desire to get tears from our ears, from our eyes. In Mukundamala Stotra, Kulashekara Alvar tells in a beautiful shloka, Shrunvan janardana katha gunakirtanani dehena yasya pulakodgamaro notpadhyate nayanayor vimalambhumala diktasya jivitamaho purushadhamasya. So I'll show this shloka and we can all repeat this. Okay. So this is the shloka from Mukundamala Stotra written by Kulashekara Alvar. Shrunvan janardana katha gunakirtanani
Janardana
Janardana-katha gunakirtanani
dehena yasya pulakodgamaro
Dehena yasya pulakodgamaro
notpadhyate nayanayor vimalambhumala
Noppadyate nayanayor vimalambhumala
diktasya jivitamaho purushadamasya.
Diktasya
Jivitamaho
purushadhamasya.
Okay, so here, if you look at this word, right? Shrunvan janardana katha. When we hear, Shrunvan means while we are hearing. What are we hearing? Janardana katha. The katha of Janardana. Janardana is one of the names of Krishna. What is the meaning of the word Janardana? One who is the protector of the people who are in distress. Jana means people. Ardana means people who are in distress. Arti. The word Arti means distress. People who are in distress, he is a protector. Janardana Katha. When we hear Janardana Katha about his guna, qualities, and when we sing, when we hear and when we sing, Shrunvan is hear, Kirtana is singing. What should happen? Dehena yasya pulakodgama roma raji. Roma is the hairs on body. Pulaka, pulakodgama means hairs should stand on end. Goosebumps. So sometimes when you hear an exciting news, you'll get goosebumps. The hairs will stand on end. You can literally see actually. So this is what should happen when we hear Krishna Katha. Shrinvan janardana katha gunakirtanani tehena yasya pulakodgama roma rajihi. And what else should happen? Notpadhyate nayanayor vimalambhumala. Nayanayor means the two eyes. Nayana is one eye. Nayanayor, both eyes. Utpadyate means should give rise to. Should give rise to. The eyes should give rise to what? Vimalambhumala. Vimalambhumala. Vimala means like white in color or pure. We can also say pure, white in color. Ambu is water. Mala, like a garland. It's not just 1 or 2 drops. When you hear Krishna Katha, just dropping 1 or 2 tears is not enough. We should shed tears like a garland of tears. Vimalambu mala, a garland made of tears. Notpadhyate nayanayor vimalambu mala. Diktasya jivitamaho purushadamasya. If that does not happen, one's life is wasted. Diktasya jivitam aho purushadamasya. And that person, whoever is hearing Janardana Katha but not getting goosebumps, not shedding tears, he is a purushadama. He is a low class person. He is a low class person, and also his life is wasted. So it's a very high standard. Huh? It's a very high standard. So right now we are not there yet, but at least we can aspire to be there.
Prabhuji, what did you say the meaning of Aarti?
Aarti means distress.
So is it the same Aarti like we sing the Aartis?
No, that is Arati.
Okay. And what's this?
This is Aarti.
Okay.
Aarti is distress. Yeah. Aarti, Artha, Artha Bhakta. Artha Bhaktas means people who are in distress, they approach Krishna to get rid of their distress. Artha Bhakta.
Like we say Artito, yes, Prabhuji.
Artito, correct. Yes. Artito Bhagavantuని ప్రార్థించారు అంటారు కదా అలాగా. So Arti means distress. Somebody approaching Krishna, somebody worshipping Krishna out of distress. Okay.
So some people name is Aarti. Some we call Aarti. It should be Arati. So
It should be Arati. So the meaning of the word Arati, Rati means attraction. Attraction for God. Arati means unlimited attraction. In Sanskrit, when you add the suffix, when you add the the a dhatu, it indicates unlimited. So there is a, right? If you add a, it's a negation. But arati, it has the second a. Arati means unlimited attraction. When you participate in arati in the temple, the goal is to develop unlimited attraction for God. That's the meaning of the word arati.
but these two words are very confused, Prabhuji. In our team, one person name is Arati, but we all call her Aarti. Only one girl she calls correctly Arati. So every time. So I used to wonder which is correct.
These two are like, in one sense, these two are like opposites.
Correct.
Arati. Arati is distress. Arati. When you have attraction for Krishna, there is no arti. There is no distress.
Gee, my mom's name is Arati, and so, but it is today I am understanding the actual meaning. I was always thinking Arati is like the prayers we sing, so that's why they kept her name Arati. But today I understand that this is the correct meaning: attraction, unlimited attraction.
Yeah, unlimited attraction. Yeah.
Basically, that kind of devotion and in devotional attraction to the
Yes.
God.
Intense devotion.
Intense devotion. Yeah. Very nice meaning. Thank you for clarifying.
And some people even call it as harati. Right? That's not a correct word. The correct word is arati. Arati. Unlimited attraction. Yeah. Okay. So, as Kulashekar Alvar says, if a person, whoever is hearing Krishna Katha, if they are not getting goosebumps and not shedding tears, their life is wasted and they are a low class person. But even though we are not getting goosebumps and shedding tears, we can aspire, we can desire to get that. Okay? So this is the glorification of Krishna Katha. Every day when we hear some shloka glorifying Krishna Katha, we get inspired to continue hearing Krishna Katha every day. Okay, so with that said, let's discuss fifth shloka today from Rukmini prayers. So this is the fifth shloka. I'll recite 2 lines and then you can repeat after that. Shvobhavini tvam ajitodvahane vidarbhān guptaḥ sametya pṛtanā-patibhiḥ parītaḥ.
bhāvini
nirmathya caidya-magadhendra-balaṁ prasahya mam rākṣasena vidhinodvaha vīrya-śulkām.
nirmathya caidya-magadhendra-balaṁ prasahya
rākṣasena
vīrya-śulkām.
We look at the word for word meaning. Okay. Swabhavini, tomorrow. Look at the sophisticated word for tomorrow. Swabhavini. Tvam, you. Ajita, O unconquerable one. Udvahane, at the time of the marriage ceremony. Vidarbhān, to Vidarbha. Guptaḥ, unseen. Sametya, coming. pṛtanā, of your army. Patibhiḥ, by the leaders. parītaḥ, surrounded. Nirmathya, crushing. Caidya, of Caidya, Śiśupāla. Magadha-indra, and the king of Magadha, Jarāsandha. balam, the military strength. prasahya, by force. mam, me. rākṣasena vidhinā, in the Rākṣasa style. udvaha, take in marriage. vīrya, your prowess. śulkām, the payment for whom. Okay, translation. O unconquerable one, tomorrow when my marriage ceremony is about to begin, you should arrive unseen in Vidarbha and surround yourself with the leaders of your army. Then crush the forces of Caidya and Magadhendra and marry me in the Rākṣasa style, winning me with your valor. Purport. As Srila Prabhupada points out in Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, so this is the book name, okay? They are referring to a book name here. As Srila Prabhupada points out in the book titled as Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there is a book called Krishna book, which is full of stories. It's good for both children and adults. Rukmini, being born of royal blood, certainly had brilliant grasp of political affairs. She advised Sri Krishna to enter the city alone and unnoticed, then surround himself with his military commanders, so he could do what was needed. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti compares the coming fight to the Lord's churning of the ocean to extract goddess Lakshmi. Gorgeous Rukmini, the goddess of fortune, would be gained in the coming turbulence. Okay, so here Rukmini Devi is giving a plan. She's giving a plan to Krishna how he should come and kidnap her. Now Rukmini Devi also, she's a princess. She belongs to an aristocratic family. Her father Bhishmaka is a great king. He's a powerful king. So being the daughter of a powerful king, being a princess of Vidarbha dynasty, she knows all the political affairs. She knows the aristocratic logistics. She knows what to do as a princess. So she's writing in her letter to Krishna how to enter Vidarbha city and take her away. So she's telling that you come with limited forces. Don't bring your entire army. If you bring your entire army, then the soldiers who are guarding the entrance of Vidarbha, they'll get doubt, and then they will start attacking on you. So to avoid that, just come by yourself with few commanders in chief, few prominent people from your army, patibhiḥ, okay, guptaḥ sametya pṛtanā-patibhiḥ parītaḥ. Gupta means silently. You come silently as if you're going to attend this marriage. You're going to see this pompous celebration of my marriage. So just come silently, gupta sametya, pṛtanā means your army, patibhiḥ means the leaders of your army, parītaḥ, surrounded. Ask your commanders to surround all the four sides of Vidarbha palace, and then you enter the palace in the pretext of attending my marriage. Okay, so she's giving a plan, what to do, how to enter the city, and all of that. And then she's also telling, if there is a situation, if there is a need, if the soldiers of Vidarbha attack you, then you should start attacking, and then you should crush the forces of caidya, Śiśupāla. You should kill everybody in the battalion of Śiśupāla and then take me away. But until it is not necessary, don't shed any blood. Don't cause any bloodshed. Just try to come in the pretext of attending my marriage and try to take me away. But if there is a need, then you know how powerful you are. So he has already reminded his prowess to her in the previous shlokas. And here, what is she telling? Nirmathya caidya-magadhendra-balaṁ prasahya mam rākṣasena vidhinodvaha vīrya-śulkām. So she's again, in the very first line, she's actually reminding Krishna's prowess as ajita, O unconquerable one. In the previous shloka, she called out the names Nrsimha, Kale Nrsimha Naraloka Manobhiraman. And here she's saying ajita. So bhāvini tvam ajita udvahane vidarbhān. O Krishna, you know your prowess. As an ajita, as an unconquerable one, you know your prowess. So just keep that in your mind, and if needed, use your prowess. Otherwise, just silently enter the palace and take me away. And the last two lines, nirmathya caidya-magadhendra-balaṁ prasahya mam rākṣasena vidhinodvaha vīrya-śulkām. So if needed, crush the forces of Śiśupāla and take me in the Rakshasa style and marry me. So there are many philosophical points here that we can discuss. So first of all, Rukmini Devi is giving a plan here. She's giving a plan to Krishna how to come and take him away. Now this is what all of us have to do in spiritual life. We have to plan our devotional life. We have to plan our spiritual life. Simply doing passive hearing of Krishna Katha is not sufficient. That is good, that is the beginning. But that Krishna Katha should transform into some service. It can be simple service. You don't have to build temples. Krishna is not asking to build temples. If each one of us have to build temples, who is going to go to the temples? Everybody is building temples. How many people will be in each temple? So the goal is not to build temples. The goal is not to work on big projects, but simple things. But doing consistently. Simple service, doing consistently every day. If you like to make garlands for your deity of Krishna at home, do that every day. Just like how, Andal was making garlands for Ranganath every day, and she was wearing the garland and looking herself in the mirror and checking, oh, will my Ranganath look beautiful in this garland? Is this sufficient length, or should I make it longer? Should I make it shorter? Should I add different colors of flowers today? Yeah? So like that, she was checking. She was putting the garland on her neck, standing in front of the mirror and checking. And Ranganath wanted only that garland that is owned by Andal, because her father was reluctant to offer this garland to Ranganath because it's already owned by Andal or Goda Devi. Andal or Goda Devi or Bhudevi. But Ranganath insisted that he wants only that garland worn by Goda Devi. So doing simple. So this story of Andal or Goda Devi tells us that the Lord was connected to her, or the Lord was impressed by her service of making garlands. Simple service. Making garlands is a simple service. It does not take a lifetime. Just like how somebody wants to build a temple, it's a big task. So Krishna is not asking that. But simple services, if somebody is doing consistently every day, then that is what pleases Krishna. So we have to plan. We have to plan our spiritual life. We have to plan what kind of devotional services we are interested in. If somebody has Brahman qualities, like preaching, teaching to kids or teaching to adults, they can take up that service. If somebody likes to make garlands, they can take up that service. If somebody likes to sing in the temple some kirtans, they can take up that service. Somebody likes cutting vegetables or cooking, that's a service. And if somebody likes leadership services, they can take those up. There are plenty of services. So we have to plan. We have to plan our spiritual life. Just like Rukmini is planning how to get connected to Krishna, we have to plan our spiritual life accordingly.
Prabhuji, one quick question.
Yeah.
Like a devotional service is means like only it is considered for going to temple and doing the service, that only it's considered as a devotional service, or when we are just doing at home also, when we are just giving bhoga to Krishna and water to Krishna, that is also considered as a devotional service?
Yeah, that is also considered devotional service.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not necessary that you have to go to temple every day and only participate in the temple aratis, kirtans, temple festivals. No, even at your home, you can offer service to God.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yomam pashyati sarvatra sarvam cha mai pashyati tasyaham na pranashyami sachame na pranashyati. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, Yomam pashyati sarvatra. Those who see me everywhere. Everywhere means not only in the temple, not only at home, everywhere. Even when you go to Safeway to buy some groceries, we should be able to see the presence of Krishna. If you go to see Mount Rainier, you should understand that the greatness of that mountain, Mount Rainier, is a fraction of Krishna's opulence. When you go to Switzerland and see the beautiful nature everywhere, we should appreciate that beauty of nature is a fraction, it's a spark of Krishna's creation. So we should be able to see Krishna everywhere, not only in the temple, but everywhere. So even at home, you can render service to Krishna and Krishna will reciprocate.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah. So that is the first and foremost lesson. Planning, not just passive hearing, but we have to plan our devotional service. And Krishna is always waiting for us to take the first step. Ye yata mam prapadyante tam stataiva bhajamyaham. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita chapter 4, shloka number 11, Krishna tells that I reciprocate in proportion to the way my devotees approach. If my devotees take one step towards me, I reciprocate accordingly. If my devotees take 10 steps towards me, I reciprocate even more. But Krishna is always waiting for us to take the first step. So when we plan things in our life to connect to Krishna, then Krishna's reciprocation will manifest. Now we are asking for Karavalambam. Oh Krishna, please uplift me from this material world. Simply asking is not sufficient. We have to act. We have to do something to please Krishna. Only then Krishna will give Karavalambam. So that is the first thing from this shloka, fifth shloka. And Rukmini Devi is in the last two lines, she is saying nirmathya caidya-magadhendra-balaṁ prasahya. So she is reminding Krishna of Samudra Mantana. If you look at this word, right, nirmathya. Nirmathya, what is the Sanskrit meaning here? Nirmathya. Crushing. Okay, I'm not sharing the screen, right? Let me share the screen. If you look at this word, nirmathya, crushing. Just like how the Samudra Mantana happened, and so who emerged in that process of Samudra Mantana? Who appeared?
Many items and Mahalakshmi also appeared.
Mahalakshmi appeared. Yeah. That's why she is called Ksheerabdi Kanya. Right? She is born of the Ksheerabdi, the ocean of milk. So just like how Mahalakshmi appeared from Samudra Mantana, the churning of ocean, similarly, O Krishna, when you enter Vidarbha palace and when you crush the forces of Chaidya, the Śiśupāla, I will come with you as goddess of Lakshmi. I'll come with you as the goddess of Lakshmi. And Rukmini Devi is none other than goddess of Lakshmi. She's Sri Mahalakshmi by herself. So she's reminding Krishna of Samudra Mantana Leela. Not that Krishna does not know, but she's writing this letter so emotionally. Okay. And when Krishna comes to Vidarbha, before Krishna reaches Rukmini Devi, Krishna has to face 3 levels of enemies. There are one set of soldiers outside the palace, outside the Vidarbha palace, who are guarding the palace. And the second level of soldiers, or second level of protection, is the family members. Father Bhishmaka and the mother, brothers, all of them. They are in the second circle. And after that, it is Rukmini Devi's chamber, where her associates, Rukmini Devi's associates, will be dressing her up, will be doing some makeup, the bridal makeup, all those things, right? Because she was going to get ready to head out for Girija Puja. But Krishna has to cross these 3 levels of enemies, or 3 layers of security: the outermost, inner, and innermost. So this tells a philosophical point in our life. When Krishna has to come and sit in our heart, Krishna has to cross 3 levels of security, or 3 levels of enemies. In the outermost circle, or in the outermost layer, it is our friends, family members, and so on. And the inner circle are outermost circle are our friends, okay, and inner circle are our family members. It can be wife, husband, children, father, mother, and so on. And then the innermost circle are our anarthas: kama, krodha, moha, mada, matsarya, lobha, anarthas. So these are the 3 levels of security, or 3 levels of enemies, that Krishna has to cross before he can enter into our heart. And Krishna will purify. Krishna will make us detach from all these 3 levels of enemies. As we hear Krishna Katha, as we render service to Krishna, as we render service to Guru, the purification will happen, and we will get detached from the outermost circle, the inner circle, and the innermost circle. And then Krishna will come and sit in our heart. So this process of hearing Krishna Katha itself is the process of purification. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there's a beautiful shloka which explains how the process of hearing Krishna Katha will purify us, and how Krishna enters and sits in our heart. Tvam bhakti yoga paribhavita hrit saroje aseshu te kshana pato nanunata pumsa yadhyadhyata urugaya vibhavayanti tat tatvapu pranayase tadanugrahaya. So it is mentioned that Tvam bhakti yoga paribhavita hrit saroje. So as one achieves perfection in this bhakti yoga, how does one achieve perfection? By the process of hearing. Then Krishna enters through the holes of our ears and sits in our heart. He makes a lotus. He makes our heart as a lotus flower and comes and sits in that lotus flower. But right now our heart is not like a lotus flower. It is full of dirt. So this process of hearing Krishna Katha itself will purify all those anarthas, and our heart will be cleansed completely. When that is done, Krishna will make that heart as a lotus flower come and sit. Ase means he will enter. Ase Shrutekshana pato. Pata means the path. In which path Krishna will enter? Ase is enter. Pata means the path. What is the path that Krishna takes to enter into our heart? Shrutekshana pata. Shruti plus ikshana. Shruti is hearing. Ikshana is seeing. So we see God through our ears. We see God through our ears. We see God through the lens of scriptures. We see Krishna through the lens of Srimad Bhagavatam. When we hear Krishna and Rukmini Katha, we are actually inviting Krishna to come and sit in our heart. When we hear Bhishma Katha, we are inviting Krishna to come and sit in our heart. And whatever the form one meditates, yadhyad diyata urugaya vibhavayanti, in that form Krishna will come and manifest. Tadhat vapu pranayase tadanugrahaya. Vapu means body. In whatever form one meditates on Krishna, in that body, in that form, Krishna will come and sit in our heart. If somebody is worshipping Krishna in the Balamukunda form, he will appear like that. If somebody is worshipping Krishna as Damodara, he will appear in our heart as Damodara. If somebody is worshipping Krishna as the four-handed Chaturbhuja Narayana, Krishna will appear in that form. Somebody is worshipping Krishna as Narsimha, Narsimha will appear and sit in the heart. Yadyad diyata urugaya vibhavayanti tadhat vapu pranayase tadanugrahaya.
Prabhuji, one quick question. Like you're saying, we can meditate on different variations, like Damodara. But if we feel in different situation, in different ways, like we can think about Krishna, right, Prabhuji? Like when we are thinking for the child, when we are serving to the child, we can think Krishna as a child. Like that, we can think like Prabhuji, like it's not like one rasa. In different various way, we can think about Krishna.
Yeah, so meditating on Krishna, it has multiple aspects, right? One is meditating on one particular form of Krishna and meditating and worshipping in a particular rasa. Let's say you are worshipping, you are meditating on Damodara form of Krishna.
Yeah.
So you can worship Damodara form as a mother, as a Yashodamayi, or you can worship Damodara as a servant. You can worship Damodara as a friend of Damodara. Now this is a new concept, right? We never heard of any story like somebody is a friend of Damodara. We only heard of Yashodamayi, how she scolded Krishna, Damodara, how she tied Damodara around the grinding mortar.
Yeah.
We never heard of a friend of Damodara, right?
Yeah, yes.
But you can worship Krishna as a friend of Damodara. Huh?
Okay.
So there are two things. One is form and the other one is the rasa.
Okay.
So Krishna will reciprocate in that form and in that rasa.
Prabhuji, should we stick on to one rasa or like we can keep changing?
The rasa is fixed. The sthāyi, it's called sthāyi bhava. Okay? The sthāyi bhava is fixed eternally. In our spiritual, when we were in spiritual world, we all had one sthāyi bhava. That is fixed. And right now, when we are practicing devotional service as sadhaka, we experiment different worship of different forms, worship in different rasas. We experiment. But slowly, Krishna will reveal what is our sthayi bhava. What is our eternal sthayi bhava? Krishna will reveal that. Guru and Krishna will reveal that.
Very nice, Prabhuji.
But
And until that, we can think like whichever we feel correct, we will stick on to that. Yeah,
yeah,
I'll do
we
that.
can experiment. Yeah, yeah. It's
Me
like
too.
going to, for example, Macy's store and trying out different garments until you're satisfied that okay, now I look good in this garment. So you experiment in different worship of different forms and rasas, and Krishna will reveal our sthayi bhava.
You told two things, right, Prabhuji? One is rasa and the other one is rupa. Like one fixed rupa also we should have in mind. Like if I pray to Rama, I
Yes,
should one primary. We have to pray to all forms, but one primary form and one primary rasa.
correct. Yeah, because
Thank you,
Bhishma
Prabhuji.
Dev, if you look at Bhishma Dev, he was always worshipping Krishna as Parthasarathi. The rupam, the form is Parthasarathi rupam, and the rasa is servant, dasya rasam, servant of Parthasarathi. Okay. Now, similarly, we should, since we are discussing Rukmini prayers. Now, when we read Rukmini letter or when we hear this story of Rukmini Kalyana Lekha, the whole thing, right? It is natural, especially for ladies, it is natural to think like Rukmini. Oh, I want to be Rukmini and I want to write a letter to Krishna so that he will come and marry me. Which is good, but the correct aspiration should be we should aspire to become servant of Rukmini instead of becoming a lover of Krishna. We should aspire to become servant of Rukmini. Then through Rukmini we'll get connected to Krishna. Now after that, if Krishna wants to accept you as his wife, then it is up to him. So how he wants to accept you, that is up to him. But for us as sadhakas, we have to aspire to become servant of Rukmini. Instead of directly writing a letter to Krishna and instead of directly aspiring to become wife of Krishna, we have to aspire to become servant of Rukmini or servant of Radharani.
So, Prabhuji, in this aspects, in every prayers, like Bhishma Pitama prayers and like Rukmini prayers, in that every aspect we have to think like a dasa only. In any prayers, Prahalad prayers also, in that way we have to consider ourselves as a dasa only currently because in the initial stage.
Yeah, in fact, dasanu dasa.
Okay, servant of a servant of a servant.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Mukundamala Stotra, Kulashekara Alvar, he uses 7 layers of dasya bhava. Tad bhritya bhritya paricharaka bhritya bhritya bhrityas-chamam iti. So 7 layers. He uses 7 layers. Majjanmana phalamidam madhukaita bhare matprarthaniya madanugrahesha eva tvad-bhritya bhritya paricharaka bhritya bhritya bhrityasya maham bhrityasya iti mam smaralokanatha. 7 layers. That means servant of the 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 servant. 7 levels. 7 levels down. In material world, we want to go up 7 layers up. Whereas in spiritual world, we want to be as low as possible. Das, dasanu, dasa. So that should be our mode. Okay. So what are the 2 points that we discussed? One is the planning. How Rukmini Devi is giving a plan to Krishna to come and take her away. And the other one is how Krishna will enter and how Krishna has to cross 3 levels of security in our life. They represent 3 levels of enemies. Okay. And we also discussed about Samudra Mantana Lakshmi. So when Krishna enters this Vidarbha palace, there are powerful kings here. First of all, the King Bhishmaka himself is very powerful. And who and all came to attend the marriage of Śiśupāla? Jarāsandha came, and so many other associates of Śiśupāla came. So Paundraka, there is one associate of Śiśupāla by name Paundraka. So Paundraka, he's an interesting character. Paundraka, he thinks that he is Vasudeva. He is the son of Vasudeva, and he calls himself as Vasudeva. In fact, he writes a letter to Krishna saying that, "Oh Krishna, I am the actual Vasudeva. You are actually pretending. So you quit claiming that you are Vasudeva, and you accept me as Vasudeva."
His father name also same, Prabhuji. Is it because of
No,
that?
no, not the same name, but he just tells that he's Krishna. And when when Paundraka writes this letter and sends to Krishna, Krishna reads that letter and laughs out very loud. So, because before Paundraka, no one else has done like this. Like somebody writing a letter to Krishna and saying that you quit claiming that you are Krishna, you are Vasudeva, I am the actual Vasudeva. So that's so funny. So, but he's also very powerful. Paundraka is also very powerful. Paundraka, Jarāsandha, these are all very powerful kings. Śiśupāla himself, Bhishmaka, they're all very powerful kings. And Krishna has to face all these kings. And just before Krishna received a letter from Rukmini, and just before this entire episode happened, Krishna actually killed Bhaumasura and what is the demon there? Mura. I think Mura demon. Yeah. So Bhaumasura, actually, who is Bhaumasura? Does anyone know?
Son of Bhudevi.
Yeah, son of Vishnu and Bhudevi.
Bhudevi.
Son of Krishna, right? Technically, son of Krishna.
Of course. Yeah.
Narakasura, right, Prabhuji? Narakasura.
No, Bhaumasura. Bhaumasura, who is named after Bhumi Devi. Bhumi Bhauma. Bhaumasura, the son of Bhumi Devi. When Vishnu uplifted Bhumi, when Bhumi Devi was
Varaha.
As Varaha, when Bhumi Devi, when Vishnu uplifted Bhumi Devi, we all know that story, right? How Hiranyaksha, he displaces Bhumi Devi, the earth planet, he submerges the earth planet. Then Varaha appears and uplifts Bhumi Devi. So during that time, they give birth to Bhaumasura. So Bhaumasura, because of bad association with Mura demon, he is spoiled and he kidnaps 16,000 ladies, and he keeps them in a cell that is protected by various security layers. There are so many security layers and so many animals and soldiers guarding those layers. It's a tight security. It's a tight security cell, and he keeps 16,000 ladies inside the cell. And the chief of the army who is guarding this entire setup is Mura, a demon by name Mura. And Krishna just comes and then he releases Sudarshan Chakra and kings this Mura demon and kills Bhaumasura also and takes all the 16,000 ladies. And then tells 16,000 ladies that now you all go back home. I saved you all go back home. All the 16,000 ladies say that this this demon Bhaumasura touched all of us. They touched our hands. Now in those days, in the Vedic times, if a man touches the hand of a lady, that means the marriage is done. Pani Grahanam. So the ladies, all the 16,000 ladies tell Krishna that now if we go back home, nobody will accept us as their wives. So you marry us. So that's how Krishna marries 16,000 ladies. Not only just marrying, but by the time Krishna goes to Dwaraka with these 16,000 ladies, the Vishwakarma, the celestial architect, he builds 16,000 beautiful grand palaces for each of these queens. And Krishna serves 16,000 queens in these palaces very nicely. So once Narada Muni, when he was doing a tour of Dwaraka, he was astonished to see how Krishna was simultaneously present in each of these 16,000 palaces. Not only that, not only being present simultaneously in each of these palaces, but in one palace, Krishna will be doing morning Sandhya. We do 3 Sandhya, right? 3 times Sandhya. The Brahmin, those who got the Brahmin thread, they do Sandhya Vandanam 3 times, right? So in one palace, Krishna will be doing the morning Sandhya. In another palace, Krishna will be reading, Bhagavatam or some scripture to his queen. In another palace, Krishna will be doing something else. He would be eating lunch in the afternoon. In another palace, Krishna would be sleeping because it's night time there. So Krishna not only being present simultaneously in each of these 16,000 palaces, but he's manifesting different time zones and performing different leelas simultaneously. So seeing this, Narada Muni is bewildered. So anyway, that was a story of how Krishna was able to penetrate into the cell of Bhaumasura and kill Bhaumasura and Mura demon very easily by releasing Sudarshan Chakra. That's why he's called as Ajita, unconquerable. And that's what Rukmini is saying here. So bhāvini tvam ajitodvahane vidarbhān guptaḥ sametya pṛtanā-patibhiḥ parītaḥ. So, O Krishna, you are an unconquerable. Remember that. Use your prowess when needed, but otherwise you silently come and enter the palace. So it's 9:43. I think we can pause here. If somebody has any question, comment, reflection, we can discuss.
Prabhuji, yes, I have a question.
Yeah.
Why does she say, take me in Rakshasa style?
So, yeah, we discussed this in the very first class. There are 8 different styles of marriage. You know how different marriages are performed. There are 8 different methods. The marriage that is generally performed where the bride and groom agrees to marry each other, and it's arranged by the parents in a traditional sampradaya paddhati. That's called Brahma Vivaha. Okay, and Gandharva Vivaha. There is another style, Gandharva Vivaha, where the boy and girl agree to marry each other, but the parents are not in agreement. So then the boy and girl, they go away from home and then they marry, which is the typical, love marriage, right? That happens in today's society. And then this is a Rakshasa Vivaha. So Rakshasa Vivaha is the boy and girl are in agreement to marry each other, but the boy has to kidnap the girl, take her away and marry.
So like a eloping, what we call.
No, eloping is Gandharva Vivaha.
Oh.
Yeah, eloping is Gandharva Vivaha, where the boy and girl are in agreement and then they go away voluntarily by themselves, silently they go away, right? Whereas here, Rakshasa style means the boy has to fight. The boy has to fight with the members of the girl, the family members of the girl, and take her away. That's
okay.
Rakshasa.
So by force.
By force. Yeah,
Okay.
by force. By force, but not against the will of the girl.
Got it.
There is an agreement between boy and girl, but it is against the family members.
Okay. And is there a reason why she asked him to come quietly? I mean, she knows that he's Krishna. He can just overcome.
Yeah. So she tells that you come silently. Just bring 2 or 3 commanders and come silently, pretending that you are coming to attend my marriage, because everybody knows Krishna. All the people in the Kaundinyapur, the city name is Kaundinyapur. Vidarbha is the kingdom. Within the Vidarbha kingdom, this particular city is Kaundinyapur. So everybody in Kaundinyapur, Vidarbha kingdom, everybody knows Krishna. They have seen Krishna, they have heard of him. So when Krishna comes, they will all recognize him. Even the soldiers, they will all recognize him. So Rukmini Devi wanted to avoid an unnecessary fight, unnecessary bloodshed, unnecessary killing of soldiers and her own family members. In fact, towards the end, when Krishna comes and when he tries to take Rukmini away, then there is a fight that happens, and Krishna tries to kill Śiśupāla, and Krishna tries to kill Rukmini. So he is the brother of Rukmini. Then Rukmini Devi pleads to Krishna, saying that after all, he is my brother, don't kill him. So Rukmini Devi, while she is interested in going with Krishna, at the same time, she doesn't want unnecessary killing of her family members and unnecessary bloodshed by the soldiers. That's why she's asking him to come silently.
Okay. I was wondering if there was any philosophical meaning behind the intention. Or should we just take it literally like that?
So the philosophical thing, yes, we can derive a philosophical meaning also here. That let's say in a family, one person is practicing spirituality, one person is practicing Krishna consciousness. He's so serious, he's very sincere, but the family members are not. The father, mother, the husband, the children, they are not in favor of Krishna consciousness. Then the way we should connect to Krishna is without causing any disturbance to the family members. In the name of spirituality, in the name of our own sadhana, we should not cause a disturbance in the family. We should maintain our family members nicely. We should serve our family members nicely. We should not let them we should not let them feel that we are neglecting them. So we have to maintain a balance between Krishna consciousness and our family, serving our family. And Krishna will come and will take us. Will take us means not like how Krishna came and took Rukmini, but Krishna will show a path how we can connect to Krishna more deeply, and how we can go back to Godhead. That's the philosophical meaning we can derive. Because sometimes we see, right, when somebody starts practicing spirituality, they become fanatic. Even if the family members are not ready, they become fanatic. They want to impose everything on their family members. That's a disturbance. That's a disturbance.
Can
So,
we also yes, Prabhuji, go ahead.
So rather than that, we should strike a balance between our spirituality and service to our family members, and smoothly and peacefully we should find a way to connect to Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji. In relating it to the three levels of security that you said,
Yeah.
that are there, I'm wondering whether especially dealing with our anarthas.
That one is with
Sometimes
something.
is like sometimes Krishna gives us a lot of tests. Are those tests to forcibly make us face, or bring us, make us overcome our anarthas? Is that also like one way of one analogy to give? Like if we are being given options but we don't take them, then we are tested to forcibly then come to Krishna consciousness, because when we are in trouble, we turn to God.
Yeah. Yeah. So when Krishna is testing, it is to intensify our bhakti. So when we start worshipping Krishna, we don't see the results immediately, right? Sometimes it can take a few years, sometimes it can take a few lifetimes before we can see Krishna's reciprocation. But it doesn't mean Krishna is not reciprocating. Krishna is not reciprocating very immediately because he wants to intensify our bhakti. So it is like, let's say a child, a child has a nice toy. So you grab the toy from the child, and the child, until the child gets the toy back, the child cries intensely, fights with you, He punches you on your face, he kicks you everywhere. Until the child gets that toy back, the child will not leave. The child is determined to get the toy back. The child will throw a tantrum, and he will roll on the floor. He will cry out loud. He will fight with you, but he'll make sure that he'll get the toy back. So Krishna is doing something similar to that. Right now, he has taken, the bhakti away from us. Now, when we intensify our sadhana, then Krishna will give that prema to us, Krishna prema to us.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for your explanation. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. If nothing else, we will pass.
So, Prabhuji,
Yeah.
sometimes I feel that we are not able to maintain. And then I ask Krishna only that, is it like I am not doing correctly? And it's like I'm falling back again and again. So the how can I stabilize?
No, your voice is breaking.
I feel with the explanation is quite
No, your voice is breaking. I'm able to hear parts of your conversation, but not fully. No, I cannot hear you. Hare Krishna, Shruti? No, I cannot hear you. Okay.
Prabhuji?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay, maybe it was due to the earplugs. Yeah, no, I was just saying that explanation is quite appropriate, but like we do fall back from what we do. Sometimes we do very accurately, and then at times we feel that even if mentally we are like we are sitting physically, but mentally some days it connects very beautifully, and some days are like so shallow, and I feel that like I hope Krishna doesn't take away on the path which I am trying to come to him, and I go back again, lot back, and have to push myself. So I don't know, it is the testing time or how, but I feel probably that's what you are right. He is telling us to be more consistent, and
Yeah.
because like otherwise we will be like lazy out, and we'll be like, okay, so maybe that's the test to go back again and improve yourself more better and more better.
Yeah. So one thing we should remember is, in life, if we get anything very easily, there's no value in it. We'll disregard it.
Yes.
That's why.
But I do feel at the time of some situations, I just feel that he was there. He did something which make me feel, even if it is not doing some like what major obstacles or anything, not like that, but that sometimes of a fraction of moments are like that, which where I feel that I never thought this moment will come, and it will be like lighten me up, and I'll feel that yeah, he is there, he did it. So that way those moments do come, but at times I do feel that I become go back few steps. I have to again push myself and follow that path.
Yeah, remember in the very beginning, I don't know if you heard it or not. Let me show you that screen. We discussed Krishna will never leave our hand. So whether we feel it or not, if you look at this picture here, right?
Yes, right.
The second picture on the top right. Okay. So where Krishna is holding our hand, Krishna never leaves our hand. Whether we feel it or not, he never leaves our hand.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes, as you said, sometimes we feel that connection, sometimes we don't feel. It's because of our anarthas.
Yeah.
And Krishna is, and sometimes Krishna only gives that forgetfulness of him, so that we intensify. It's like hide and seek game.
Yeah. Yeah. At time when I start feeling that now I am doing a good practice, now I am connecting, I am like at a point. And
Yeah.
again, few days will come, then I'll be like, oh my God, I probably left that track or what is happening. So then
Yeah.
I'm just asking his mercy to at least let me keep doing on the path which I am, because I just don't want to go back where I was. I want to go ahead.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a nice meaning, and the pictures relate so much that his existence, he gives us those feelings, and then that brings us back more. Like those moments bring us back more that he is helping, he's supporting, his care is there. So
Yeah.
that
I mean,
things.
we can see Krishna's presence every moment of our life. When the sun appears in the sky, it's because of Krishna. When it rains, it's because of Krishna. When the sun sets and the moon rises, it's because of Krishna. When the flowers are blooming, it's because of Krishna. When we are having food in our plate, it's because of Krishna. When we are able to walk, it's because of Krishna.
That's very true.
When I'm
All
able to,
those are the things actually which make us feel that yes, he
yeah,
is there.
yeah,
Exactly those things I can feel in those presence, that how small things, that somebody's coming and you're feeling low and somebody's just coming around you and changing the whole vibrancy of the moment, and you feel, oh, I'm feeling so good now. And some small things also give you that feeling that no, this happened because of him.
yeah. And sometimes when you feel so low and you're not feeling connection to Krishna at all, then you should remember some prayers. You should recite some prayers. Like yesterday, we discussed Lakshmi Narasimha Karavalamba Stotram.
Yes.
Lakshmi Narasimha Mama Dehi Karavalambam.
Yes.
Or if you like some other stotram, you can recite those. So something to connect to Krishna, something to feel the presence of Krishna.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, can I I can ask my question like tomorrow also. I don't want to take time now.
Yeah, if it
Like,
is an easy one, yeah, you can go.
it will be very easy for you, Prabhuji. The question is, Krishna never leaves us. In fact, he is the super soul within us, right? He is always next to our soul. He never leaves us, and he is always taking care of us.
Yeah.
So why does Krishna say that I respond in proportion to your bhakti?
Mhm. Because Krishna doesn't want to force or impose anything upon us. Now, see, Krishna, if he wants, he can reciprocate 100% to us right now. He can come in front of us and he can give his darshan. But are we ready to accept that personality as Krishna? Take the classic example of Duryodhana. Krishna was personally present in front of in front of Duryodhana. And what did Duryodhana do? He arrested Krishna. He arrested Krishna. And he was fighting on the opposite side of Krishna. And we cannot claim ourselves as Duryodhana, but we are all like Duryodhana and Ravanasura. We are all full of anarthas. So even if Krishna reciprocates, even if Krishna comes in front of us, let's say we are not doing any bhakti, we are very impure, but Krishna is so kind. He's he's Karuna Sindhu, Janardana. let's say Krishna comes in front of us. Then also we'll not accept him. We'll not recognize him as God. That's why Krishna will only show that portion of his love which we can understand and accept. And whatever degree by which we worship Krishna, Krishna will reciprocate, Krishna will show, Krishna will manifest to that degree. So that we will understand Krishna, we will recognize him, we will accept him.
That's a very deep thought, Roji.
Yeah.
It'll keep me occupied for some days to think on that statement.
Yeah, see, even if Krishna comes in front of us, we will not. Now, see, right now we are all thinking in one corner of our mind, oh, I wish Krishna would come and give his darshan now. I'm reading Bhagavatam, I'm reading Bhagavad Gita, I'm going to the temple, doing service. I wish I can have Krishna's darshan today. But the point is, even if Krishna comes, we are not in a position to recognize him. We will think first of all, we are not qualified, by the way, for Krishna to come in front of us. We are not qualified. But hypothetically, let's say Krishna comes out of his unlimited mercy, he comes in front of us. Still, we will not accept him. Right now we are thinking, oh no, it's not like that. If Krishna comes, I will surrender, I will take his darshan, and from that day I'll be a pure devotee. But no, it doesn't work like that. Practically, it will not work like that. We are speculating we will do that way. But when Krishna comes in front of us, we will be like Duryodhana.
Thank you, Prabhuji. It's a different take. I'd never thought about that particular shloka in this way. In fact, it was like I could never imagine that Krishna will be transactional like that. That if you come one step towards me, then I will come. That is difficult to digest. That Krishna being so super soul is right here within us. That he will be transactional, but because but what you're saying gives me that perspective of that shloka correctly. Like it is not about you take so much effort, then I will. It is about how prepared you are.
Yeah, exactly. It is how much you can understand Krishna, how much you can access. See, for example, let's say somebody has gone through cataract surgery or LASIK surgery, some eye surgery. Immediately after the surgery, when the doctors are removing the covering, what do? They don't remove the covering immediately, right? In one go, they just don't remove it like that. They slowly remove the covering, and even after that, they ask you to open the eyes very slowly. Because if we open our eyes all of a sudden, we cannot see, we cannot bear that the effulgence of light in the room, the heat and light of the room, the eyes cannot tolerate, because eyes are not prepared. So in this process of slowly removing the covering and opening the eyes very slowly, we are preparing our eyes to accept what's there in the room.
Very nice analogy, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your perspective on this. It helps me a lot. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Thank you everyone for joining. Hare Krishna. We'll continue tomorrow. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Jai.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.